Say it. Get your shit off, bro.
Just go. Just go.
Hello, Cup Culture family. If you are on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell. And if you are on your favorite streaming platform, thank you for tuning in. And make sure you leave us a rating. This is episode 34. I got Jonesy here with me.
Hey.
And I got Travis here with me.
Big Trav.
Big Trav.
Big mayor running thing.
Word, all that.
Mayoral.
We've been fucking that word up for 2 episodes.
I was listening to him like mayoral.
Mayoral.
The Crayola candidate.
Yeah, Travis Adonis Francis, candidate for mayor of East Chicago, Indiana.
Let's go. Talk your shit. Why you running for mayor?
Podcast.
Yeah.
You know, man, I really want to make EC
great again.
No, really, I just want to give people opportunity, really, honestly.
Don't be, cut all this out, Trav. You too cool for school right now.
No, I mean, because it's not really about me. I think that's the big misconception. People look at it like, oh, he running for mayor. It wasn't it for him. It's like, I just want to give people opportunity.
Jay, is he raising us up right now?
Nah, this how you be feeling.
He really is the coolest person I know.
I'm trying to see the people.
Jay, he'll tell you about my rants. Like I'd be ranting about stuff.
Yeah.
About the city. Like, man, we need this, we need this, we need this, we need that. So instead of talking, I'm gonna just try to, make it happen.
So you don't want to rant today?
Sure.
Get your shit off.
I mean, but like it's club culture. Like I like y'all fluid things. Like
we gonna get
y'all not a political show.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun to the show.
We're gonna have a lot of fun today. We gonna get there, and we want you to get your shit off.
We could do either or. I'm cool with it.
All right.
Yeah, we even got a segment of the pod where you got to freestyle for us.
That is not gonna. Okay,
like everybody's done it already.
Yeah, but I'm a politician, bro. Like,
politicians can rap.
What?
Mace was a preacher.
Y'all love using celebrities as part of your campaign.
Hillary Clinton had hot sauce in her bag.
She did.
See?
I'm Republican though.
Okay.
For real?
She wasn't ready for that.
Yeah. I wasn't either.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay. We really finna have fun.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Okay. So
finally, they gonna be on your ass in the comments this time. I've been getting abused this week.
I want to talk about that. We already there. Republican.
Oh boy.
Were you always a part of the Republican Party? You found alliance with that, or
not really? So I got to start back. Like when my first election voting for was Obama when he ran for president.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't really
a little closer.
I didn't really wasn't really into politics or government like that. I think like most of us young people just fresh out of high school trying to figure out life. So I voted like Democrat like most of us did in this area. And then when I got into the military and I actually started serving and kind of see what it meant and kind of see like how government really works and looking at the way the Democratic Party was going and then how the Republican Party was going, I kind of was more of an independent. It's like this side do some things I agree with, this side does too. Mm-hmm. But when I made the decision to go into politics, I'm like, all right, you have to pick a side. So based on, gun rights or economy or social issues, where do you align? And I was slightly to the right. Mm-hmm. So I could have did one or two things. I could have like lied and said, hey, I'm gonna still push Democrat, even though I really feel like, a Republican, or I could just be honest and come out and be a Republican and just see who will embrace me. So,
do you think that would affect the black vote?
Of course. No, I think I'm kind of naive because I'm not a politician. I'm a service member, so I'm coming in as a public servant. So I don't play the political games because I don't know how.
Right.
So I'm not saying that I'm not gonna always be honest. It's politics. You got to play the game. But I felt it was best for me to come. Starting off being sincere, and I'm gonna always, be true to myself and what I believe in. But like I said, if I didn't want to try to be something I wasn't.
So why you jump straight to mayor? Like you ain't want to start being a councilman, an alderman.
I get that a lot because again, like I wanted to see certain things in the city implemented, and I felt like I couldn't do it if I wasn't in a leadership position.
Okay.
So. Everyone tells me that, like, oh, you should get on the school board, you should be a counselor. And I'm like, why would I start there when I could start at the top of this position I need to be in?
Okay.
I can see if I can't if I couldn't run for the job, but I can. I meet the qualifications. So
what are the qualifications for mayor?
Just got to be, I think, like 25 years old or something like that.
Can I run for mayor at EC?
You live in EC?
No.
Nah, you can't.
But if I become a
you
resident
can't legally. You could do anything you want illegally.
If I became a resident of EC, then I can run?
Yes, I believe so.
Man,
you gotta be registered to vote in EC and be a resident.
Okay.
And you could run.
Don't be surprised if
He finna sneak attack
run against me. Hey,
sneak attack.
He getting all his campaign ideas right now.
I'm for it, man. More of us need to, be involved in this process at this age. So
yeah, Jonesy Gluckman is down with the bitches and the hoes.
Down with the
oh man, yeah.
Oh man, okay, so EC, just for the viewers if you're confused, because a lot of our viewers are from Chicago and other parts of the world. So when they think of EC, they're probably east side of Chicago.
Right.
What is EC?
East Chicago is in Indiana.
It's in Indiana.
If you coming from Chicago and you cross into the Hoosier State, you're gonna run into Hammond, then Whiting, then East Chicago, then Gary.
Mm-hmm.
Gary's not in Indiana, by the way.
If you keep coming east, so it's basically the 219, like the small city, Twin City. You got the Indiana Harbor side, which is the side like closest to Lake Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have the East Chicago side, which is the south side, Calumet.
Shout out to Calumet.
Yeah. So
did you watch the Mecca?
I did.
Oh yeah, okay.
I did, man. I was kind of. I wish it was longer.
There's a longer version. There is a longer version.
I heard. So, but I don't know. Me, people never be happy. Yeah. So I was happy y'all did it, and I was like, man, that's it.
Yeah, but
don't be that person, Trav. Just wait till they come out with the full thing.
No, that's cool. Because I had requirements to meet for the film festival, so
nice.
I couldn't make it longer.
Yeah.
But me and Drew got a lot of footage though.
Because I was like, man, this is too short. We was in Excalibur. It's like they kept playing it. And the more I kept watching
come out that night.
The more I kept watching it, the more I kept getting upset. So I'm like, bro, it's got to be more to it. Like, y'all just stopped,
Yeah, I ain't had the deluxe done by that day. I wasn't even told they was doing that party till like they already had it planned.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I guess I'm throwing a party Friday.
For sure.
Yeah. You know what I like about you already, Travis? Is that you support your friends.
I do.
I like that already. Just knowing that you support the pod. You saw Jay and Jonesy got a pod. You already watching it. Watching the Mecca. You want more of the Mecca. I like that already.
He came on the School 'em Jonesy podcast.
Yeah, he told
too.
me that. He told me that. He said he came on your weak ass pod.
What you mean? I'm the pod god out here.
He said he came on your pod. Y'all had like 5 viewers.
I started this. Boy, we was a sponsored podcast. Why you playing?
Man.
Oh, okay. So we finna get right to the actual episode now.
Yay!
Cool.
Okay. So we started off with talking about your candidacy run. So for East Chicago's mayor. Mm-hmm. Let's start with just your upbringing, like.
So, born in East Chicago. I grew up in Calumet Projects, West Calumet Complex. And then we moved to the south side, then the north side, but I kind of lived on that side of town, but went to Carrigosh, then west side, then central. After central, went to Purdue and Lafayette, graduated there, and then went into the Navy. So,
did you commission in or enlist?
Commissioned.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have my degree, so I kind of, yeah.
What's the difference? What's the difference between commission and enlisting?
So it's basically being an officer, like you come in being in charge, you got more responsibility.
Okay.
Versus
enlisted the real niggas, and
okay.
Yeah, And
I appreciate it.
The other one, I forgot what it is now. Enlisted and
officer.
Yeah, and then the officer, them the back office pencil pushers. They think they know what they doing.
HR, they administration.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
It's kind of like management. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Him being what was the
real niggas?
You got like E4.
I
just put on 04. You know that?
Man, when I tested for E5, bro, that was when I knew I wasn't gonna make it, bro. I fucking left halfway through. I didn't finish the other half.
Oh, wow.
I got in trouble for that shit.
Yeah, you definitely.
I didn't.
I would have got in trouble.
No one told me it was 2 halves. So I was like, that's it for E5? Shit, I'm finna go home.
Y'all confusing the viewers. What the hell is E5?
All right, so E5,
Let's break it down. go.
Yeah, man. It's the NCO ranks. It's your staff sergeants. Your what do they call them in Navy?
Petty officer.
Petty officer. I forgot what you are in the Army. Army don't matter. But yeah, you E5. You got to test for it, and I was up to test for it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's two halves of it. So you take the first half, go on break, take the second half. I took the first half, went on break, didn't come back. Yeah, so, woke up to like 20 missed calls. I thought somebody died.
Yeah. So when we say like E5 or E4, it's like a rank system. Mm-hmm. So when you enlist it, it's typically the people who, you know, gotta be at least 18. Some people could come in at 17 with a waiver, but you know, those, they come in being like your workhorses. So you could go from E1 to E9 or E9, right? Yeah.
E9?
You get to,
I believe.
E9 is the highest.
Okay.
For the enlisted ranks. Officers, 01 up to 010. Yeah, so.
So what is your reason for joining the Navy?
The Navy. Honestly, I wanted to be a Marine first because I wanted to be tough. So I was like, I'm going to be a Marine. But I tried to reach out to the recruiters, and they only wanted me to do like reserve service. Okay. And I didn't want that because you don't make as much money because you don't work as much.
Did they tell you why they only wanted you to do reserve?
They talked about like budget stuff because each branch got quotas.
I'm not going to let you slide, though. You just said you wanted to join the Marines because you wanted to be tough.
Yeah.
Is that shots thrown at the Army and the Navy? Cause
nah. It's just... It's kind of
I know what you're saying.
So basically, man, we throw shots at either branch, right? So like, all right, the Navy is the best branch. The Marines, like, you know, they the warriors, but you know I'm an officer and a politician. I can't say these things.
Hey,
okay, I'm gonna say it for you.
Jonesy gonna say it for you.
Let me break it down for y'all, bro. So you got the
Marines. I love all the
Marines.
branches, man. All the branches are great. You know, go serve, sign up, yo. It's a great opportunity, great resources to travel, see the world, you know, and get out and come home to your hometown and run for mayor.
Yeah, shout out all my brothers and sisters in arms. But you got the Marines, them your foot soldiers, them your grunts. They gonna kick the doors in, shoot everything up, woo woo woo. Them the Army too, but the Marines is like the Army on steroids. They like the real Army. You know. Okay. Then you got the Navy and the Air Force, where like. We the hoe ass niggas. So like we sit in chairs.
The Navy ain't that, bro.
We don't deploy to hot zones. We deploy to hotels. You know what I'm saying? Y'all deploy. Yeah, y'all deploy on the ship. Y'all be doing stuff on the ship with each other.
We do stuff. We lethal, man. We do it all.
Y'all dock at bays and.
Man, when do you really need to be in the water? Like, isn't much action on the ground?
I'll give you an example, right? How much this stuff was bought on Amazon?
Damn, Amazon?
No, I'm going somewhere with it. Like, what's in here that you bought from Amazon? That came from China.
Okay, the mics.
Okay, how you think it got over here?
UPS.
So UPS
overseas. They got boats. Overseas.
They got boats. UPS got boats.
I don't know. Do they? I think they do.
Basically, what it is like. What the average person don't really think about is what it takes to maintain an American way of life. The Navy allows us to have free commerce. Those big container cargo ships. Remember, it was a big deal during COVID. All that stuff in like
it makes
shipyards
sense.
was like bagged up and not the shipyards, but like the cargo. I forget what it was, but a lot of cargo ships couldn't get downloaded. So a lot of deliveries was taken. You know, instead of like the 2 hours you order something and show up, it was taking like 4 days.
Yeah,
everybody was losing their mind.
Yeah,
you know, essentially because we facilitate a global commerce and free trade, that allows us to have a good quality of life, at least in this country.
Okay, so
that's something that people don't think about. Like, yeah, I can go buy anything or order anything across the world, but I don't know if you remember this a few years ago, the Captain Phillips story. When the Somali pirates, they hijacked that ship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, that was a real thing.
Yeah.
So that could happen more often, but it doesn't because you have a Navy in place to deter all that.
Okay.
So
I see what you're
going. Because if UPS was running them boats, like, I would definitely go try to steal it. I definitely would.
Okay.
But knowing that it's the Navy, you know, I'm less likely. Not much, though.
Okay.
Because it's still the Navy.
Okay. He's in the Air Force though.
It ain't no better. I definitely
the Navy's way tough. Like,
I ain't gonna say all that.
Okay.
We not finna have no military wars on the pod, bro.
We not, man. We
all some chair desk ass warriors. It's cool though.
Every branch got administrative positions.
Cause I ain't joined the military to be no tough guy. I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't want to work in a factory or do a
me neither. I just wanted a job. I just wanted to make money and get leadership skills. That was it for me.
So you wanted to go to the military, like college? That wasn't an option.
Nah, it wasn't that. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to get in real estate. I wanted to flip houses and stuff like that. In high school, I took a real estate salesperson's course.
Okay.
And after I passed the course, I knew I was going to Purdue, but I didn't take the state exam to become a licensed real estate agent because I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
If I had a me back then, like my life would have been different. But, so I just went to Purdue, took up a business degree, and tried entrepreneurship, but I didn't have money. And then the business I started, which was the lawn care business, it was growing, but it wasn't enough to sustain myself. So I'm like, all right, graduated. I don't want to work for anybody because I haven't been positioning myself to work for somebody. So what do? Do you go to grad school? Like, nah, I ain't gonna make no money there. Why don't you go into the military? And I kind of always had an appreciation for the military. So I'm like, it'll be cooler to join that. So let me go be a Marine. And they was like, nah, we kind of met our quotas and you got to be a reservist. Went to talk to the Navy. They was like, all right, you get your information. They kept trying to make me be enlisted. And I'm like, dude, I got a degree. I'm not being enlisted.
Yeah, it don't make no sense.
I'm going to be an officer. Like, I researched the military. Like, the leadership you get, the skills you get, the responsibility you get as an officer is worth it. So,
go overseas, get your $4,000, $4,000 a month, $6,000 a month, call it a day.
It's like a week now.
You get $4,000 a week.
Nah,
they raised it?
Nah, I'm playing. It depends on your job. It depends on, if you got a spouse, kids. It depends on a lot of stuff. That's why
we know about the kids and the spouses and the Camaros. We know about that.
The Camaros.
Yeah.
So what was your first car?
My first car? Like,
when you got that military check.
Yeah, I was driving a bucket.
Okay.
I was humble.
Man, hey, them like Camaro things, that's just like state-based things.
What enlisted people do.
And that's what enlisted people do.
Enlisted y'all people smarter. Y'all, okay.
Enlisted people go out and they only make like, I ain't gonna,
bro, if
$2,000 and they go get a car note that's $1,000.
Not even that, bro. If you an airman in the dorms, you a two-striper, you might $1,600 a month, $1,800 a month ish with a $1,200 car payment.
And then the thing is, when you're military, they know you getting your paycheck first and 15th. So they don't care about lending you anything, especially something like a car. So
I seen somebody get a Range Rover.
Man.
Airman had a Range Rover.
Why do they get cars when they barely have to drive? Like y'all,
because you want to be
active.
cool. Think about you 18 with a Camaro, like you can flex.
Exactly.
That's why that meme is so funny. Like it's, the military
bro, the best parking lots. I mean, the best cars on a military base is gonna be the little airman dorms. They got all the fly whips. You don't got nothing else to spend your money on.
Yeah.
Video games, bullshit, food, and a high ass car payment.
And another thing too, like I didn't buy a car because I was moving around a lot. So, I had a bucket because I was only around for 6 months, and I bought it off somebody that was on a base.
Okay, explain what a bucket is for anybody that don't know.
A raggedy car.
A hoopty.
But it was like a Buick LeSabre. Like back here, it probably would have been legit. But I kept it clean, so I just call it a bucket because it's a bucket now. Like if we had the car now,
it?
Nah.
I wish I still had my car from the military.
But back then, you probably wouldn't say it's a bucket.
Okay.
But now it's a bucket.
You was gonna say something, Jay?
He had one. I had the newer version than his though.
It is, but I keep them clean though.
What y'all had the PAs? y'all had the PAs?
Nah, not the part.
The little slick ass. Oh, okay. I was finna say the PA is cool. PA is the cool Buick. If you fuck around and get a Century or something.
The LeSabre was that.
Yeah, we not finna get to talking cars, bro. That's not what we finna do.
My first car was a Honda Civic.
A Honda Civic?
But my first real car that I bought was a 300, brand new Chrysler 300.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's the I got stories about a Chrysler
That's
300.
the pastor car.
Yeah,
that's the Baptist
that's the
preacher
niggas
car.
that wear Coogee.
Your ass wear jeans
I
everywhere.
definitely want a Coogee sweater. Too.
Yeah, you give me those vibes, man. The Chrysler 300 is making sense. My dad drove a Chrysler 300. He still do. That's his main car.
That's what's up.
He ain't
Old black men love them fake ass Bentleys. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
My uncle had one.
I feel like everybody that have a Chrysler 300, they don't wash up, but they always got cologne on them.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know about
Hey, you sending a shot to your pops?
Hey,
No, that had to be a shot. My uncle was clean
Hey.
as fuck regardless of his weird
you know
ass
what
car.
you be doing.
Wash your ass.
But let's get back.
Wait. What was your first car?
1999 Saturn.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Like, don't be questions to like recover y'all accounts and stuff, right? Like first car, first school, and all that stuff.
Well, my recovery questions are never the truth. It be some wild shit. My recovery answers be wild as hell.
Thanks, man. That's good OPSEC.
I don't like how you just outed me like that, bro. That is one of my security questions, and I just gave them the sauce.
See, you got to change it up.
Yeah, we teaching you
OPSEC.
club
Yeah.
culture.
We out here
Teaching you
teaching
OPSEC,
y'all.
operational security.
Damn, I said a Saturn. I actually meant like a motherfucking Toyota
dead.
Camry. You know,
Like, what hometown is your school in? And I'll say some shit like red fucking bullet.
I choose stuff that people wouldn't know. But what are your plans for East Chicago?
Like I said, just provide opportunity. So the city that I grew up in, it doesn't look like the city that it is now. Like it just doesn't seem as lively as it was. It was more opportunities for like the kids to do more employment opportunities within the city.
Okay.
And this is just not my observation. This is what people talk about in the city. You know,
EC does seem a little dreary.
Everybody talks about the old days, and it's really not just an EC thing. It's really a Gary thing too. Like
Gary lit.
Like the best time period for those cities was like the 70s and the 80s.
Okay.
And me growing up and hearing people talk about it and me not experiencing it used to get to me. I'm like, man, I got to figure out a way to bring that back. So that's essentially what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to, turn back the clock and, make the city more lively.
What's some old EC stories for us? Because I've never heard much about old
people
EC
people going
Jordan
to the mill,
playing
cashing their check,
Facts.
going to Albert's, buying a bunch of diamonds for their family, and going
And
to
doing
the
what?
EC. Stunting with that mill money. Go buy some diamonds from Albert's. You know what Albert's is?
No.
Listen,
Albert's jewelry store. That's starting in East Chicago.
Like they be on TV and shit.
Yeah, see you at Albert's. See, yeah, like
That's EC?
that's EC, bro.
Okay.
In the harbor on Main Street.
And if you go to their store now in like Highland Cherville, well, I guess it's Cherville, bro, like they got Cubans, they got Rollies, they got everything in there.
I'm finna go get
It's like
one.
one of the biggest jewelry stores I've ever been in.
I'm finna
like
go
now.
get one. T,
So-
you want a Rollie?
Yeah, I want to protect.
I got you. Drew, you want one?
Yeah.
I'm
It's
buying
called
a
a protect or a paddock. What is a paddock?
I don't know.
I
I don't know where he's saying.
whatever
I'm just trying to.
I'm broke. Pull up with a Casio.
G-Shot, baby.
Oh God.
G-Shots was in. I still got a G-Shot.
The cameraman I was just shooting with had on like a fat ass G-Shot. Like that shit was like a G Patek, bro. Like that shit was big as hell.
Now, when you think about creating opportunities, what is a tangible one that would create direct effect, like within the next 2 years, if this was initiated?
Expand employment for the youth. So ages 16, 21.
Okay.
High school to college. Even if you didn't go to college, like you still would be eligible for like this program. And I would do that by like in EC, we grew up in the summer, we had summer employment, summer
Keep
jobs.
that mic with you.
Summer jobs. It could be you working at the recreational center. You could kind of be a coach for one of like the youth sports programs, like basketball or whatever. Baseball.
Little rims.
Yeah, Little Rims. Or you could work with like the city department, so like the street department, which is now like public works. Like that was my first job. So we'll be like cleaning alleys, painting like sidewalks or something like that, or curbs. But that was many of us was our first check. And that used to be like everything. Like it was only like $200 for some of us. Some of us probably even less than that. But to somebody that never had money before. That's your intro. So you relied on that. And if you were smart with your money, you saved up enough, you buying your own school clothes. Some people bought cars. But that program, from what I've been told, isn't what it was if all still existed. So I want to expand that and try to make it year round.
Okay.
So what that looks like financially, I still got to do my research. I don't know how feasible it is, but that's an initiative I want to push.
How do you figure out the budget?
Well, the budget's public information.
Okay.
So I already know what the budget is for 23. It's different funding levels, and I don't want to speak too much to it because I'm not really that intelligent on it. I just kind of got a basic understanding of, hey, it was this much millions or whatever. Yeah. But even within those funding lines, you have certain restrictions, certain requirements. Like you got to have the city council vote on some things, and different pots of money pay for different things. So I can't just say, oh, my city has 55 million this year to spend. I can go buy whatever I want. Like, it just doesn't work that way. So
that's a light budget for a city.
I mean, EC's a small city.
Well, yeah, 50 million will go far out there.
Okay. So because this is not gonna be a political episode at all.
I know. I didn't think I would get political questions.
It's not. I just wanted to get something out there. But
so people running against me when they see this, if they steal my platform, we know they watching your shows. So that's good. Yeah. For y'all and terrible for me.
It's not gonna be terrible for you. I feel like everybody should want to speak to the youth in some way. Yeah, that's not something.
I'm saying giving up my what's your platform? How you gonna fix this problem? And I'm like, I just told you I'm gonna make summer jobs year round. And it's like, not an incumbent could be like, oh, I'm gonna just do that too.
No, but you broke it here though. So when they start stealing it, it's like, these niggas copy my whole flow. Word for word, bar for bar.
Where y'all get that from?
Soulja Boy.
Yeah.
Big Draco. Okay.
Facts. Who was the first to do something in East Chicago? What's a first?
Soulja Boy was the first person to graduate high school in East Chicago.
What's the first for East Chicago that you know of?
A first?
Yeah.
Jay, help me with this. You from EC too. What was the first?
The Grand family was the first rappers on the Source.
Junior Bridgman.
Oh yeah, Junior Bridgman. He owned a bunch of Wendy's and a bunch of. When they talk about the richest NBA players, he's top 5. He was from EC. He went to Washington. Yeah. So yeah.
My grandpa.
He's an NBA player.
Yeah, he played the 70s, so he didn't get paid a lot of money, which is why it's impressive that you talk about the earnings. He's top 10, and he didn't come up under the endorsement deal era of the 80s, 90s. He played in the 70s and turned that into,
he wasn't no me or nothing, but he was kind of cool. He was all right on the court.
Speaking of cool, let's play our cool game.
Okay.
So you watch the pod, so you know what Weird and All is. But for anybody that does not watch the pod, we're going to play Weird and All with Travis. And Weird and All is we're going to give him a headline, and he has to let us know if it's weird or not, and he gives us one sentence on why. Now this time, I do want you to get political with your Weird and All responses.
No one's ever done better at this game than I have.
Yeah, but his game got a twist to it, so you can't.
It still ain't gonna be better.
We'll see. So when Jonesy or I give you a headline, you have to give us a sentence, but give it a PC response.
Okay.
All right.
Wait. So do I say weird or not?
You say weird or not, but your one sentence.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Okay. The price of keeping your kids fed at school is rising. Is that weird or no?
No.
Why?
Wow. Because naturally things go up in price.
Okay.
So we used to pay 25 cents for a bag of chips. Now that costs $1.50.
All right.
So
that was 2.
That was 2 sentences, but we're gonna let it slide for the first one.
I'm not.
I'm apologizing. We break rules. So.
White House reveals that President Joe Biden has a cancerous skin
lesion
removed. Weird or not?
Nah. Because his doctor doing his job.
I heard that.
Joe Biden old, man.
Lesion? I ain't never heard this one. This a new one.
Yeah. A fired EMT said police impeded Tyree Nichols' care by refusing to remove handcuffs. Is that weird or not?
super weird.
Why?
Because I mean, not removing handcuffs. I mean, you could prosecute a person after you save them, but their health should be their priority.
Okay.
So,
Ja Morant reportedly under investigation by NBA after apparently brandishing a gun in a live video. Weird or not?
nah. I mean, he can't have a gun. Nah, it's definitely weird. He shouldn't. Nah, he can have a gun. He just can't. You can't be. You know, you got to carry yourself a certain way when you.
I got my Miska.
Yeah.
Maska.
Two.
Yeah. He. I mean, I don't know what the investigation. That's why I said, like, nah, like, what you investigating? Just tell him, look, dude, like, you're facing a franchise, man. Like, be responsible.
So weird or no? Because you kind of got in the middle.
Weird. I say weird.
All right. Woman held on $18 million bond after allegedly used aunt's debit card to buy $12K worth of DoorDash orders. Is that weird or no?
It's weird. How much was the bond? 12 million?
18 million.
Did she just, how much did she spend in DoorDash?
12K.
They said debit card,
can I
not
know
credit
what y'all
card.
think to these? Because
this is you.
This is your sister
you playing
spotlight.
weird or no?
Yeah.
yeah, that's weird, man.
Why?
18 million, like, that's a lot of money. Like, you ain't gonna never get that.
What's 10% of 18 million?
Like 8.
1.8 million.
8, yeah.
You know, yeah.
Yeah,
Million.
something like that.
I'm off top. I graduated at the bottom of my class. Don't take nothing from me.
You got it.
Father opens up about having 7 children by 7 different mothers. Says they want me to be responsible for some children I told them I did not want. Weird enough. Well, this is insane. Is this the video that I've been purposely skipping past?
Yes,
Dude
it
to
probably
the car?
is.
Okay, yeah. Once I seen dude had 7 kids by 7 women, I didn't care what he had to say.
You should have read the comments, bro.
Like, you're clearly irresponsible. But yeah, weird or not?
That's weird, man. That's weird.
Why?
Because he know he ain't got no rights as a man, bro. You ain't got no saying that. They had a baby. Just double standard. Just deal with it.
Imagine having 7 BMs, bro. Like,
You know
Jesus
what's
Christ.
funny? In the video, he says, "I know I'm irresponsible."
Yes.
He said, "But it's your fault."
Yeah, because you know I was responsible too.
I ain't even.
But you know
click on it.
you got that choice. Like, you know,
Oh my,
you gotta be careful what you doing.
We're gonna
man.
circle back to this one.
I'm gonna have to go watch the video now.
That's weird though. That was the right answer, right? Weird.
That's your answer.
I mean, that's your answer. You could be on the same team.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Those are 7 BMs. Yeah.
Former Atlanta fire chief Calvin Cochran suggests slavery was a part of God's plan for America. Is that weird or no?
Weird.
Why?
Anytime you talk about an atrocity to any like community and try to justify it is just crazy to me. So, like, I don't really like to joke about slavery like that. So.
The first Latina queen at a historically black university drew online backlash, but she didn't back down.
Weird or no?
What?
Wait, you got to say that again?
The first Latina queen at a historically black university drew online backlash, but she didn't back down.
What is she the queen of?
Like a beauty
Like
pageant?
a beauty pageant?
Or like maybe homecoming queen or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Campus queen.
I don't think that's weird. I think that's no, it ain't weird. She's standing up for herself.
Okay.
I mean, unless it was like, hey, you only could be black to win it, which I don't think they could say that.
All right.
So,
Do you want to read the next one?
it must be a good one.
Which one?
Because I read yours for you.
You did?
I just
Okay.
read it again.
Jadakiss says record labels should be blamed for violent rap lyrics. They are gambling on you to do something dumb. Weird or not?
Weird.
Why?
It's got the argument they tried to make for Grand Theft Auto 3 when it came out. Like, it's art at the end of the day. So, you got labels on everything. I'm not about to blame a company or myself engaging in something irresponsibly. Like, blaming labels for violent rap lyrics, I just don't.
No, they should only be blamed.
Because you could. What does it stop? Is it gonna stop with movies? Is it gonna stop with
Keep the
video
mic with you.
games? Like, you know.
But movies, we know they acting. They going on the song.
We know we
it's real.
acting.
I mean, we know they acting, but a movie, we know they acting.
You would be a terrible game host.
I don't know, man.
Why?
I don't think some actors be acting. Like, I think Christopher Walken is really crazy.
I don't really think niggas be acting.
Hey, you got the conspiracy theorist voice too.
This is the last one. Girls' high school basketball team forfeits a game because they refuse to play against a team with a transgender player. Is that weird or no?
That is definitely not.
Why?
Okay, to his point, like he was score 60 in the WNBA, so he
said it, not me. He said it, not me.
You said it yesterday.
I said it. I mean, yeah, I said it. But I'm saying, right now.
I'm saying, like, now, do I think they can compete? I'm not saying that. But who was the transgender? Is the transgender Bronny James Jr.? Or Bronny James? Or is it? No, because that matters, right? Context matters. Like, is this somebody?
Is it Aaron Boykins
we
or
can
is
beat
it
them, so it ain't no big deal.
James?
Or
your tallest girl player is
she
probably
windmilling in the layup line? Like, hell no, we playing them, you know?
your tallest teammate is 5'8", and you got somebody on the other team that's 6'4", 180 pounds dunking and shit. You gonna say hell no?
In the layup line, you like, yeah, we going back to the locker room. We not
out.
about to-
I stay away from anything that's transgender related. So that was me fucking with you.
What's with girls' high school basketball, bro? Like, what's like?
Because this is serious. Y'all already don't take us serious.
All these grown adults trying to play. Like, what is going on, bro? Where's the normal seasons, bro? It's always some shit.
The lady who was on JV.
I got
Exactly.
crazy stories from playing basketball.
Oh, share them. Share one.
I'll share the wildest one.
Okay.
The head coach.
Of your team?
I'm not saying
Okay, a head coach.
A head coach of a team I played on was in relations with her goddaughter, was also a player on the team. And would get mad at her when boys would want to find her attractive and hang out with her.
And this is
high school.
Oh,
Y'all really bring it on club coaching.
about, Morton, man.
You said what?
Hey, what's up with Morton, man?
Freaky as hell.
There's another teacher who was messing with a kid at Morton.
It's three of them.
What's with kids, man? Like y'all don't like grown like, I don't know. Grown vagina is great. Like, once you had grown vagina, I don't see how you can go, and go mess with kids.
I don't
like,
understand it. Those people, they can only communicate with each other. They understand each other.
Give me that 50-hour work week.
That
vagina.
Yeah, I need some seasoning.
Yeah, bro.
The coach cock blocking in the hallways is
it's wild as hell.
I don't know this story,
but no, just think about it.
Because Morton didn't want to break it, but I broke it on club coaching because that affected me terribly my senior year of high school.
Think about it. You in the hallway, you try to holler at. Just pick something.
And you like to practice.
Yeah.
Get your ass to practice.
Like,
that happened. Trav. That happened to me before. AJ did that to me. AJ's running for office too in my city.
So you got.
I don't know if he watched this, but
is he running against you?
Nah, I mean, kind of.
Yeah.
Well, not really.
We coming after you, AJ.
Word. Nah. Nah.
That's wild.
Very well. I got some other ones too, but we'll save that for the sport. You want to talk about sports trauma? I'm gonna do a whole episode with that.
Yeah, man.
They'll introduce you.
I don't like how I
background.
got drug tested for dropping 73 in the game, though.
I don't like it either. Let's talk about your sports career. Your sports career, man. Well, what's your background with sports?
I was one of those great athletes that had to go professional or something other than sports. You remember that commercial? Basically, I wasn't that good enough to play at the next level.
Okay, I didn't know that's where you was going with that.
Yeah,
because there's people like that, like me.
And that was a real commercial. Like the NCAA did that.
Oh, okay.
It was like,
but anyway, those people not that good.
No, it was like many of us are going professional in something other than sports. It was basically trying to make the athletes who were going to the NBA and NFL feel better about themselves.
All right.
At the college level.
Losers. All right.
Scrubs. Yeah.
Bums.
Nah, but I played football at Central. because I couldn't hit my layups to play on a basketball team. So
Okay.
I played football too.
That's some typical
Yeah.
football shit.
I was the quarter wide.
Word.
Because I used to
You
throw
got
it to
the records.
myself.
You got the records. I saw
He
that.
know
I
about
told you.
He know you ain't got to tell him
I ain't
nothing. He
even gotta
know
say no
all
more.
about you.
Won't even got to talk about the 1,000
So what
yard
about
games.
you? East Chicago.
Nah, I mean, that was it. Like, I was receiver. I was captain of the football team my junior year and senior year.
What type of captain were you? Were you the captain because you were athletically good, or you were the captain because you weren't that good, but you could lead vocally?
I got voted captain because I was the one that worked the hardest and I was the most consistent.
Did you get tick? Which
Yeah, I
is
was the
playing time.
Yeah, I was the captain.
Okay. All right.
But
All right.
it was like
You know those captains that I'm talking about.
So
It ain't that
my
hard
junior
to-
year, it was me, Andy Ramos, and Dante Dinkins, who was the coach now, football coach now. And then my senior year, it was me, Dante, and KK. KK's our pride and joy. Went to the league.
Yeah, we had
played
to
at the
line
Blue.
up with KK a couple of times. I had to put him on his ass, you know.
Never.
Shout out KK.
Okay.
Hey, man, I don't know you what the problems, man.
But we was on the line together.
You gonna say something with, those
He
people
know
that
he-
take their high school stuff to heart. Don't.
Man, we can
Nah.
put the pads on.
All right.
Okay.
We can put the pads
All
on.
right, man.
So what are the sports trauma story you have?
She want me to get to the. I told her we lost 82 to zip. She want to bring that up.
Okay.
But we could talk about
Wait, because I never get to talk to people who get blown out. At what,
man,
like,
this is
what
funny.
happens when you're down like 3 touchdowns?
Bro, I'm going to give y'all the whole story. I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to do it.
I just need to know, like, how do you, like, tell me how to lose that bad.
Listen.
I need to know.
He finna
All
tell
right,
you.
listen. All right. So my freshman year, this is 04 going into 05. Our seniors that year was like super talented. I ain't gonna say all their names, but I love them guys. Super talented. We only lost to the Doolin school. So Doolin is the Crown Points, the Maryvilles,
Okay.
Lake Centrals, Portage. We only
The
lost
real
to them.
football teams.
Yeah, because they kids are always eligible. And EC and like Gary, people don't keep their grades.
Yeah.
People don't work out. They don't have those problems. The only problems they really have is maybe they use steroids and they get caught.
Okay.
And that's illegal. So we have to contend with all that stuff. Essentially, we lost all our talent. So the next year, my sophomore year, we play Maryville again. They retained that talent.
Mm-hmm.
So at halftime, it was 50-0. And
Did y'all go into that second
Mind you, this
half
is
like
No,
motivated?
this is the funny part. We walked into the locker room and everybody's quiet. And somebody was like, man, they scored 50 in one half. We can score 50 in one half. And I was like, shit, no, we can't. So,
Wait, you said no, we can't.
Nah, because I was a sophomore, so I ain't had kind of rank.
Okay,
like that. So
I was crazy.
okay. I didn't mind losing that bad. I didn't want to lose, especially not that bad. But I was like, well, I got 2 years left. Like, this ain't my senior year. If it was senior year, I'd have been. I don't know what I'd have did, but I just remember thinking to myself, like, shit, we ain't finna score 50 points. It's over with. And I guess we didn't play with a running clock, and we kept trying to. I don't know.
So that was how they was able to get to 89 because the clock didn't
82,
stop.
it was
82.
82.
My bad.
Yeah.
90 was.
It was
insane.
wasn't that
Like,
bad.
7 of those points was probably on me. I'll take that.
Okay.
And I had a couple drops, but we had like 70 something by that time. So
Okay. So that's when he put you in, was when it was 70-0.
probably I
That's
can't remember.
that's crazy. Football do
And
that
like,
too.
do you actually go out there and play? Like, what are you
Yeah.
playing for? At
I
that
mean,
point?
I think I played all through the game because you could play special teams in football.
Mhm.
So I'm sure I was in the game, but that was, I don't know.
What does a
I
blowout
want to make
do?
a movie about that. That's like life goal.
Okay.
Like more than want to be married, I want to make a movie about that whole year.
You got to do the next day when y'all came back to school. We got into the lunchroom and I started talking about you.
Bro, everybody talking.
He said, "Don't forget about that piece of the
they
park."
So it was a show, like a local media show called like Prep Sports or something that came on like Channel 56.
Okay.
And they was like, East Chicago loses by a whopping 82-0. Like they just put all kind of sauce on it. And for the next couple of years, we heard all about that until we stopped playing Maryville. Because Maryville the one that did it. But they had a dude that was going to Notre Dame, a dude that went to IU. I know Mike Neal was on that team. So they had like some real like
Niels was there.
Yeah,
I think one of the Nils was that.
Yeah, so it wasn't close.
Y'all had a
but to make up, you know what we did? We beat Work that year 75-0.
Whoa, Work. Whoa.
Hey,
powerhouse.
Hey. Hey man, we beat whoever in front of us.
Bro, Gary football was so terrible, bro.
Yeah.
So terrible. We was losing
You know, that was my first newspaper article. I had caught a touchdown on Roosevelt. All my fame came against Gary's school.
So did y'all have to face Morton too? Did y'all play them?
Nah, we scrimmaged more my senior year. And Morton was a good like matchup for us. It would have been interesting to see one. But we lost to Hammond High, man. That probably took my heart out of football. Cause Hammond High, like they was good that year, but we supposed to blow Hammond High out.
Did you want to continue football in college, or you stopped at the high school?
I was kind of burnt out. I got recruited to play at Valpo, but I was like, I kind of like, I guess was more mature. I was thinking about life.
Okay,
like, man, I'm not going to the league, or let me just try to get used to being a regular person.
Okay,
so
talk about the transition from playing. You played football all your life, or just in high school?
Pretty much all my life, elementary to high school.
You played Pop Warner too?
Yeah, I did.
Hey.
My Pop Warner coach just passed away too. His funeral Tuesday.
Oh,
gotta go there.
God bless the Pop Warner
Coach
Annapolis.
Yeah.
Talk about the transition from playing a sport all your life to now academics only. Real life.
The biggest change I would say was socially, because when you play sports and you're an athlete, people like you, right? And I remember I stopped playing football and I was like, man, I need to make some money. So I went to work at McDonald's. And my mom and my sister was like, just like, why you work at McDonald's? You just football player. They just started going in on me. And
a football player
to be on the football field.
A football player that didn't make any money.
Yeah, so I'm like, And then I kind of seen that with other, you think you have influence, but you really don't.
Yeah.
So that was cool. So I was glad that I was like, okay, now I can't walk around. And I never did this like I was better than anybody. But now I'm like, all right, I really got to present value to people.
Yeah, so some substance to yourself as a human being.
Something real. I can't just
catch a fucking football.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was thinking about something else, and like that just came out.
Yeah, man. But it was cool. Like I liked football, but I was okay without playing because I was happy with what I accomplished. Like I had a couple articles in the newspaper, and coming into high school, I wasn't really like that good. So the fact that I made myself I put myself in position to actually go to college to play football, I was happy with that.
Yeah, that's a great feat.
And the reason I didn't go to Valpo is because, again, I didn't know a lot about like real life back then. Valpo was a private school. It was like $40K a year to go there. And I'm thinking, okay, it's only scholarship is a full ride. I didn't know about like other scholarships and how they could combine scholarships to make sure you go to school for free.
Right.
I just know full ride or nothing. So when I asked the coach on my like day to visit, I'm like, hey, am I getting a full ride? He was like, well, we don't offer full rides. And I was like, I ain't playing. I ain't coming here.
Yeah.
But he was telling me, hey, we got other ways to get you financial aid.
Yeah.
I didn't want to hear that.
Yeah.
So, but again, I wasn't experienced. I didn't have anybody to teach me, like, so. You
make me want to turn this into a athletic academic episode of what you just said, but I'm not gonna do it.
I'm here, man.
We
we could keep doing these. Hopefully, I can keep coming. Y'all could be like my Fox News.
Your Fox News. Every time you want to break something,
Trump and y'all could be Fox News.
Club Culture News. Club Culture News.
I don't know.
Do that again. So what was your type of vibe? What did you grow up listening to?
West Coast gangster music. You
was an NWA listener?
Well, E40 was the first.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
That's the first.
Okay.
E40.
So I had an older brother who was like, when I was born, he was 14. So I was basically, whatever they was doing at his age, I was doing. Or not really.
It's I wanna be safe. I wanna be safe.
Jonesy.
You embarrass me a lot.
So yeah, I listen to a lot of like gangster music.
Like
you still currently do?
I still listen to all that stuff. Like the new stuff, I try to give it a chance, and I'm not one of those people that's like, oh man, music sucks now. I just probably didn't hear the right music.
You listen to Payroll Giovanni?
I love Payroll Giovanni.
That's what I'm talking about.
Doughboys Cash Out.
Hell yeah, real nigga music, man.
Yeah. But I like the new Detroit guys too.
Like
I don't know their names, like the Babyface Ray.
And
Babyface Ray.
And then even like the one dude, like he kind of fat. He kind of like silly.
RMC.
He always got like donuts in his videos.
Is it Buddy from
BF the Pac-Man or something?
Him.
He funny. Yeah.
Hey, shout out Baby Tron. You know, the greatest white rapper from Detroit ever.
Who y'all be listening to now?
I'm an R&B person, so. But if it's
like Ari Lennox,
I'm seeing her next week.
Yeah, Ari Lennox is dope. She's like timeless to me.
Album.
You can't listen to her first album?
That's her best one.
It is.
The Shea Bubble.
It's a great album that I can't listen to anymore.
Why can't you listen to it?
I know
Good
why.
Times.
I know why.
Good times.
It's like
it's good times. That's why I'm real picky where I be playing music, bro.
Oh my God.
Remind him of some old love or something.
All right, thank you, because I was so lost.
No, because
I be real.
I can relate.
Picky.
That's why I get it.
Like I hate Drake's Scorpion album.
Okay, hey, we gonna work through that, Jonesy.
Nah, fuck that.
We are going
fuck
to
Drake
get
for dropping Scorpion.
We're gonna get you into some therapy expeditiously.
Fuck that.
Okay, Ari Lennox, I love her. My goal next week is to push up on her. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Hey,
do it. I'm rooting for you.
Hey, that's what I'm trying to provide to EC. Just opportunity.
That's all I need was the platform. If the VIP tickets don't do it for me, the after party better.
Where's the after party?
I'm not telling you because you're not going to be there posing competition.
No, I'm trying to get money for votes not votes. That came out wrong. I'm trying to raise campaign funds, y'all. So I need to go meet people and say
you gonna go to the after party in Chicago, get some votes.
Nah,
get some
raise money.
donations.
Like, I get raise money, and tell them about East Chicago. Like they should come move there.
I don't like how this sounds. I feel like you're gonna pander her away from what I'm trying to do. You gonna ask her for some money.
I'm not gonna be on that type of time at all.
I'm gonna shoot my shot. I'm gonna airdrop my nudes.
Bruh.
Hey, they might ban you.
I'm gonna tell the bouncer like, "Hey, I'm good," but him back there,
I know who that was.
I don't know about that
That's
dude.
crazy.
So outside of Ari Lennox, what's another R&B act that you listen to?
I listen to not all oldies, but I would say that's
Auntie music. You be listening to Mary J. Blige.
I don't know. I got a playlist for every era because I like all kind of music.
I love Mariah Carey.
Okay,
I'm more like in the oldies though, like the Stylistics. It's like my favorite group.
that's your favorite group?
Yeah, Dramatics.
Didn't I blow your mind this time? Didn't I? Ba 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 bam.
Yeah, he producer, so he probably he a crate digger, so he probably know all kind of shit.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a question. It could be rap or it can be. Well, first of all, I'm gonna have you build a superstar artist. Okay. So do you want to do rap or do you want to do R&B?
I can do both.
All right, we're gonna start with rap.
Okay.
All right, so if you had to create a superstar rapper in today's era,
okay, today's era.
Who would you choose as far as lyricism? If you had to think of a rapper that had great lyricism.
Lyricism?
Lyricism.
Well,
lyricism.
She making me say it.
I'm not saying it right.
You wasn't at all.
How do I say it? How did I say it?
Literalcism.
What did I say last episode?
See, I can't even say it right.
I said
now.
unpopular.
Yeah, he called you out too.
Hey man, play us fuck up.
You saying this era? Now I gotta think like.
No, it could be any rapper,
Okay,
but that
right.
rapper that
Build
you
your
building
persona.
is this era.
You got like because I'm torn between when I say thinking lyrics, I'm thinking Nas, I'm thinking Biggie, but I want you to be charismatic like Tupac. I want you to be, I don't know,
Strictly lyrics, writing abilities.
Corrupt.
Shut up.
Nice.
This ain't for you.
Oh, my bad.
I go Jay.
All right. Jay-Z or J. Cole?
Jay-Z.
Okay. Jay-Z. All right. So what producer would you team this rapper up with? This producer helped build their sound, their production.
Yeah.
Kanye.
Damn, I'm right here. That's crazy. All right,
Hey,
that's
man,
cool.
you know what? I missed that, bro.
Nah,
I definitely
nah,
should have
fuck
threw
no.
that loop.
No, I'm dissing you
Ooh.
now. I'm making a diss song.
Okay, so now that you said charisma and all that's the next one. The swagger.
Nice.
All right. Credibility, street cred, believability.
50.
Yo,
50
rapper
Cent.
gonna be out here in them fat ass jeans,
I'm a
big ass denim jeans.
I'm a boom bap. I'm 90s, bro. I know I said West Coast. I like the East Coast too, though.
Them jeans like a weighted blanket on them.
Like the Bo jeans.
Hell yeah.
All right. Last piece is their rapping style. So you got the
Biggie.
writing. All right, Biggie.
You
Oh, yeah,
look
what-
so good, huh?
I knew you was gonna say that.
What y'all think about his superstar rapper? You think he be able to compete?
Man, hell no. That shit ass. that nigga ass.
He'll
Well-
be able to compete because right now in this era, it's a lot of street rappers. 50 Cent solid.
Mm-hmm.
Jay-Z got the bars.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that's lacking, what'd you say, Nas?
He
Yeah.
said Nas for the swag.
He said dress like Nas. That's like the most. That's one of the most important parts now.
Nah,
Which Nas?
You finna have this gangster ass rapper pull
I'm
up on
saying you
these
gotta,
young
like,
kids
Which
in a
Nas?
FUBU jersey and some big ass jeans.
Belly Nas or
I'm saying, like, if you look, I don't know.
King's disease Nas.
3X zip up hoodies and shit.
I'm saying that was, I don't know.
What the young
I
dude
gotta
say,
be
I like
wrong
your
at
style,
something.
man.
Yeah, his rapper gonna have to be like pull a her. Don't know what it look like until they finally get some success.
All right, for my R&B singing.
All right. Vocal abilities. And this R&B singer is in today's era.
Is it male or female?
Whatever. If you want to be a male, then you could build a male.
We're gender fluid on this podcast.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm Republican. I'm going to say I'm building a male artist.
Tank.
All right, what's the you said vocal range?
Vocal abilities.
Brett Fires.
Okay.
Out of
That motherfucker's
everyone?
gonna be trash.
Oh yeah,
I'm
you did
mad.
say you're doing
I'm
it
mad.
today.
But okay, I understand
You
that.
don't
I
like
understand that.
Yo, like
Okay, their writing abilities.
okay,
or,
let me take that back. Usher. Vocal range for Usher.
All right.
Yeah.
Vocal abilities is Usher. What about their catalog or writing ability? You know, niggas don't be writing, so think about someone's
Especially in
catalog.
R. Kelly.
All right. You are a Republican.
Let's go. Let's go.
I thought it was the way we go. Come on, we gonna play that? you wrote for how many people? Come on, Nas. You from the city too.
I don't fuck with R. Kelly.
Extracurricular activities.
I am progressive.
I am not messing with that, but
Performance presence.
Chris Brown.
Okay. You are 2 for 2. Swagger and personality.
R&B niggas just weird.
Yeah.
Extremely weird. So you really can't go
He already
wrong.
listed 2 of them. So who's the next?
You said how they personality. Who's a cool R&B singer?
Likeable.
Male R&B artists
Would Drake count?
Yeah.
Drake.
I would say so. Yeah.
Drake.
All right. So we had
Snoop Drizzy in there.
Usher's vocal abilities, R. Kelly's writing ability or catalog, Chris Brown's performance presence, and Drake's swagger / personality.
That's a better R&B artist than a
Than a
rapper, you
rapper?
put together. Yeah, that's like night and day.
Okay, so this is gonna be a dancing ass, singing ass, corny ass R&B artist, basically.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Sounds about right.
All right, that sounds like
Michael
it'd be
Jackson.
successful. Sounds like Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. Nah.
Michael Jackson corny?
No, wait. You said you corny?
West Side
Because you
Gary.
chose Drake as a swagger personality. He's likable, but he's still corny.
Think Drake corny?
Hell yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
If you paying somebody millions of dollars to teach you how to play basketball, you corny as hell.
What if he paid you $1 million? Would you take it? Would he be corny?
I'm gonna take it, but I'm still
So
gonna
I'm
be
like, you corny as hell.
corny as hell,
Wire
Drake.
me
But
that
suit
money
up.
though. Okay.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
keeping the
Because I
buck.
be taking recording sessions and niggas be making like the corniest shit, and I'm like, yeah, this is corny, bro.
Yeah,
It's good, but it's corny.
that's a hot topic.
I don't know. I feel like Drake set a lot of trends though.
Yeah.
So like, if he
I don't
corny, like think about it.
See,
Think
I'ma
about, like,
break
when
it
he
down.
did the album with the emojis.
That was corny to me. I hated
Like
that.
everybody, it seemed like everybody started using emojis more.
I mean, that's a social media trend. When you say trends, I'm thinking like
you said swag influence, like dress and all that stuff. Like,
So I'm gonna break it down to you.
Yeah.
Like you got somebody who's lame, and then you got a lame.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to be a lame, but you can be lame.
Yeah.
Like I'm a lame, but I'm not a lame.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
You
I
get
like
that?
books and natures and shit. I'm like a hood hippie.
I got a library card, so
Me too.
I got one that I never use.
Well, you got to use it.
I got books to look at.
You
I don't
do,
need to
but-
go to a library. I'll just buy a book.
How many of them you read?
None of them. I look at them. It's for aesthetics.
I got books. I look
That's why.
I look
Reading a
at.
book is not going to prove that I'm intelligent. Being
But
intelligent
reading do make you
proves.
feel smarter.
And it's good brain.
I read
tell
all the
myself
time. It's just not in a book.
Oh, bars.
I read a lot.
A book, a reading rainbow.
A reading rainbow. How that song go?
I don't know.
Watermelon
I feel like y'all got some more cool questions though.
We do.
Okay.
We got some. We got more in the
'Cause
arsenal
y'all
for
ain't
you.
gonna be strict on time, right?
Damn, how long you want to go?
I mean,
3 hours. Let's go. It's a drink champs
I want to have
episode.
fun.
Bring the
I
liquor
mean,
out.
I'm just, I mean,
We like hour in.
Yeah,
I'm
you got
saying because in my experience being on podcasts with other people, we be rambling, and they by the end of the podcast is, man, we ain't talk about this. But it was a good conversation. So
Yeah, I
Are
don't
these
let that go
podcasts
down.
you talking about still around and active?
I plead the fifth.
Hell no. Hell no.
You know what?
What?
What's up?
It do be happening.
What be?
Just get the rambling, and on here it doesn't happen that often.
Because I keep us on.
That's what I told her. I'm like, bro.
do this, bro.
I'm like, bro, this is. I love this pod.
We do
Like,
this.
She keep.
That is so sick.
She like
Yeah.
the more
Keep it
writer
focused.
rapper, and then I'm like Lil Wayne. I just come in here
Yeah,
and
you
go.
just gotta let you go.
Yeah.
You gotta let me
You got the
go.
structure,
She lead.
We were
I
told
follow.
last episode that it works and it's good.
Cause I believe
We
black
about to
people.
be, we about to be the new
waiting.
Fox and Friends, bro. It's gonna be lit.
You said Fox and Friends?
Yeah.
Listen, you trying to make us a little bit too to the right.
Not
Right?
really. Listen.
Paying CNN to push stuff.
I like guns. That's why I like Republic. I like small, like limited government. Like what I told you. Like there's some things I'm liberal about. Some things I'm conservative about.
Yeah.
I think we can't get caught up on that's a Republican or that's a Democrat.
Yeah.
And just just put whatever you put on them. Like nah, just talk to the person.
I thought you was finna go into a Melvin rant. Like you got guns and I like butter. You see the guns.
I don't like that we have to choose a side on things. I don't like that is the thing. Because you're right.
No.
We do.
It's only certain communities think like that. Other
Yeah.
people vote to their interests.
Yeah.
Like I vote to my interests, so I aligned politically to my interests, and those things could change.
Yeah.
Like think about like what they doing with the gun laws in Chicago. Like that's crazy. Us being in Indiana, like if I pop over to Illinois and I got a gun on me, I'm potentially,
Fried.
Yeah, I'm
You
fried.
done.
And it's like why? Because I want to protect myself,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like that's a goofy law to me.
Yeah, but Indiana, you don't even need a gun permit now. Like you can just.
I'm saying, but what good is that law doing? Like, show me the data that says this law is effective, and that's why we should continue to do it.
Oh, they doing things all wrong in Chicago, but
I'm saying, but that's,
I don't necessarily think that people
so
should
it-
just walk around in Indiana with at least a gun permit and gotta fight to figure out if you should hold a gun or not.
Oh, that's why I stay in the house now.
Yeah, it's
when
crazy.
they passed that open
No
concealed
eval-
carry, I
no-
was in the crib.
No psychological
yeah, but
eval.
when you buy a gun, you get fingerprinted. Like, you can't. You still got a level of responsibility. Like, no one's just gonna buy a gun and be wild unless they're already criminal. Because for one, each gun has a certain like barrel, so they could track whatever bullet and ballistics to find out who you are.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like anybody could get a gun. It's just gonna be the wild west. Like, okay, like, it's no big deal. But the stream to say you can't get caught with a gun, even with a permit, even if you being a citizen, like no criminal activity,
Mm-hmm.
like that's just it's just discouraging, man.
I mean,
Like in a place like Chicago, like
Chicago is definitely different than just like Chicago is an entire monopoly compared to the entire state of Indiana. So they gotta have some different laws than just the entire state of Illinois.
I'm saying, but I don't know. I just think Chicago, like them laws or at least the gun law approach is just not favorable to. It's like they want to make it more difficult for you to carry a gun when that don't need to be the case.
Understand?
Like,
I feel like you need to carry a gun anywhere there's CPD.
I agree.
I didn't say that.
Oh yeah, that's right. He didn't. Yeah, my bad.
I totally disagree. And when I go to Chicago, I be downtown, so it's not like, it's certain times that when I'm walking down there, I do feel like, man, I wish I had my gun on me.
That's where I be the most nervous at.
I feel like
because that's where the police are actually.
When people out there ask for money, they only asking me.
What?
And I think it's because I'm black, man. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, it be little kids out there selling candy, and I'm like, bro, I seen hardball. Y'all probably hustling, like, and they only asking young dude, like people like me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you just seen all these white people walk past. You ain't trying to do nothing. You trying to pull that, hey, my brother. Like, they start hitting you with that talk.
Because then white people gonna call the police on them.
Yeah, like
they came to you because they felt comfortable and they trusted
No, they
you.
came to me because they like, oh, we finna hit him with this. Black people need to stick together. What's up, my brother?
Clearly,
like all that. And I'm like, bro, that's bogus.
And you tried to pass them off to the white people.
Facts. He was like, no, nigga, go talk to the white people.
Go talk to that white family.
Well, you know why I line politically. I'm just I'm just kidding, bro. Like, please don't use this against me. They probably don't use this against me. But
hey,
if they use it against you, you come tell me.
You gonna crash off on me?
I don't know what I do because I ain't thought that far into it, but I got you.
You said something. I want to talk about that.
What? What's up?
Black, just because you think all black people should stick together. Do you not believe in that?
Oh my gosh.
Statement?
You want to open up this can of worms?
Trav, I got you. Every skin folk ain't your kinfolk.
That's facts.
So I
think that conversation needs to be had because I think some things are unrealistic.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, all right, if we ask any other group that question, are we gonna be comfortable with them saying? Are we gonna be comfortable with the answer?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if all white people was this, like, I don't know. Me personally, I don't really subscribe to that way of thinking. Like, I don't really believe in white or black because everybody's too diverse. Like, if somebody's like, I'm white, I'm like, what kind of, like, are you eating? You're Irish, Italian? Like, I'm more into that, like, cultural stuff.
You into your nationality?
Yeah, or
your
culture,
ethnicity.
Really. Yeah, like that, because to me that's realer. That makes more sense.
Okay.
So even with black, like, it's only a term like we really use in America. Overseas, like, they don't really.
Say it again.
They cooked one of our guests in our comment section for that same statement. That same exact sentiment. But no, I agree with you.
Overseas,
is that a fact or is that an opinion?
It's a fact. I've been in Naples, Italy before.
Me too. It's beautiful, ain't it?
Nah, it was kind of dirty.
It is dirty, but it's beautiful at the same time.
Yeah, it is beautiful, but like the alleys are crazy dirty. It's like, man, who you got garbage people like?
You been to Florence?
No,
it's just as dirty.
Yeah. Well, that's the southern Italy.
The food's good though.
Food was definitely good.
Southern Italy versus northern, two totally different.
Being black in America is only a thing in America.
No, so break it down, right? Like, if you Jamaican, are you black?
If you come into America,
no, I'm saying, but culturally, you gonna rep Jamaica first because that's your real culture. It's a real culture. Black isn't a real thing, really.
Yeah.
So it's like why we keep kind of forcing us to ascribe to that. Like,
who's forcing us?
I'm saying because like you frame the question. You think all black people should stick together. I can't define black people.
Oh, I don't know if did I formulate that as a question or a statement? Cause
no, that was like a question.
Okay, I actually
it's like,
believe,
and then I brought up other communities because it's like if I say all land people, and it's like, I mean, I never heard of Mexican or Puerto Rican or Cuban, and I met all those like types of people where they would rep being land more than they rep being Puerto Rican or Mexican or etc.
Right.
Like they have a real culture that they kind of hold on to.
Mm-hmm.
And in my opinion, like when you say black, I think you kind of doing a disservice because like us descendants of like slaves in America, like our parents from the South, like we have a subculture. Mm-hmm. So when you say black, you're gonna lump that in with every other, African person's, experience. I don't think it's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's kind of silly actually.
Well, I think
it may be unpopular. Y'all gonna do the popular thing?
We can.
I'm saying because if we do, can that be my unpopular opinion?
That could be your unpopular opinion.
See, I do watch the show for real.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
And it's like I'm not like I love my culture or whatever, but it's just a lot of unknown. I think we need to really address certain things, and we can't just keep passing on this.
I agree.
These narratives, like, because they kind of silly.
So do you think that we need to have a central identity of a culture before we go into subdivisions of it? When you think about everyone that encompasses blackness?
Not really, because again, what message are you sending to other people? If another group did that, because you know, I just think it'd be dangerous.
I mean,
if you because you make the assumption, maybe I'm wrong, that all white people whoever stay together, and that's not true.
Are you talking about me?
I'm just saying, like, in general.
Okay.
I think people think like that.
Yeah.
Like the white man or white this, like,
I hate it.
and it's like it's kind of silly.
Yeah.
And it's like it kind of turns me off from not even. It's like, you know, I'm just gonna be regular.
Yeah.
Like it's just draining.
Yeah.
But
I would like to go back to your Latino
Umar.
thing, because Mexicans, anyone that is of the Latin ethnicity, they centralize themselves as Latinos first.
Really,
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
You've never seen that?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's the only choice you give them, but they never rep being Latin over their
Actual where they were born.
I've never like, I'm from EC, bro. Like people
what they
love
do.
their culture. Like
Yeah.
you don't see. Like, is there even, like, you know, you got a Pan African flag, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was made by I think Garvey, like that movement in the 1920s is red, black, and green.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a Pan Latin flag?
Pan Latin.
Like all the Latin like people or countries, do they have one flag that say, "Hey, this is our flag"?
I think it's because they have different oppressors as well. We had
The Spanish. It was
the Spaniards, but
it's the Spanish and then it's the Portuguese.
Yeah, and that's why they have the umbrella of these are Latinos, and we have the umbrella of we are black.
So why they don't have a flag?
They didn't want to have a flag, and we chose
They have
to
a
have
real
one.
culture.
That's because they can trace themselves back to their birthright. We can't.
And I agree, but that doesn't mean we can't establish our own. And that's kind of
We talked about that on the pod with being
that's what I'm
Moorish American.
speaking to. Like, to me, my culture, my people is Black Americans or Americans who were descendants of slaves with origins in the American South.
Mm-hmm.
So my people from Tennessee and Mississippi, I think most of us could kind of at least trace that. That's our culture.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't been created yet. That's kind of something I think about a lot, but I think that's the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And is that a conversation to have publicly or privately? I don't know.
I think it needs to be held privately before we make it public.
Yeah. But
There's
some
gonna be a lot of
people
missed
may
shots.
hear that and may feel like, you know, they feel how they feel, and that's cool too.
Yeah.
And the way I look at it, when you talk about our black people, whatever, you got like the Candace Owens, and then you got the Dr. Umar Johnson,
Mm-hmm.
you got the Jason Whitlocks, you got the Brother Police. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think any of them are wrong.
Yeah.
I just think they speak to what they choose to identify as.
Yeah.
And you got to respect it.
Yeah.
So
I'm with you on that. Facts. I want to play a particular game now that we're speaking about just blackness. So I bought this game for us to play called Black Card Revoked.
I've never seen this game.
Ooh,
This is new.
I've been wanting to get this game.
okay.
And this is the latest version of it, so shout out to the people that make this game.
Where did you find it? Did you get it offline?
Yeah, I got it
Okay.
offline. So basically, this game is just about anything blackness, since you say we don't really have a central
Define it.
defined blackness.
Yeah.
I think it's anything that has to do with the effects of slavery that we all had to assimilate and adapt to.
Okay. So if I come from people who were black during that time who owned slaves,
Mm-hmm.
are our experiences the same?
No, it's not. But you would be able to identify the things that black people had to assimilate and adapt to because of slavery.
But the black people who owned slaves who didn't go through that.
Yeah. You would be able to identify that. You were in the household when they were fed pig feet. So you'll be able to identify while we were able to
I'm saying,
cook
but that's
up
not my
chitlins.
experience.
It's not yours.
No, I'm saying if okay, go ahead, Jim.
So after slavery, everybody, if you were black and you lived in the South, you still was subjected to the same rules, whether you owned slaves previously or not.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I look at it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we all share that same struggle after.
That's what black means to me when we think about black culture is anything about the effects of slavery.
Yeah, I just think it's hard because, and I could be all the way wrong because I wasn't there like 300 years ago, but I like to think that there were black people who had the same kind of status in society as some white people who owned slaves, because it was like an economic thing.
But that's in Africa. That's not.
I think in America too.
In America, but it's only in certain
parts of the I'm saying
in New York,
but that was a real thing. So when I say black, it's like they won't identify with that. Like, no, we was cool. Like, we enslaved y'all. Like,
I think that's why I say after slavery, they were definitely like, all right, we kind of the same now. Because if I was always voting as a person who owned a slave,
right,
I could go out and vote. But then, all right, now all the slaves free, and now they're like, hey, all these black people kill them. Yeah. They can't vote now. So now you us now.
I mean, I guess it depends on the people in your town, but.
I mean, if those people don't identify with black culture, then they can just choose something else. Like, you don't have to claim it. Yeah. But if you do claim it, you're claiming that you...
So is hip-hop black culture?
Yeah.
Okay, so the people who, like the older generation now that goes to church and they think, rap music is crazy. Mm-hmm. Like, they're black, obviously.
That's also a part of black culture.
Would they say that's black culture? Would they say, like, nah, that's something else?
No, they would still say that. They should still say it's black culture.
I would like to interject, though, because what rapping started as isn't what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, it's the 5 elements. It's the graffiti, the breakdance. I'm a historian on all that. And
but it was never supposed to be recorded, like on audio. Like, a recording studio for rap music should have never existed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when they got recorded and then distributed by these companies,
do you know why it should never been recorded?
That's just what they wanted to do.
They was just expressing
themselves. They was just expressing themselves. If you wanted to participate in hip hop or rap, you had to go to the parties, and that's when you watch people battle or you watch ciphers. But they didn't want to record it.
It was a culture. It wasn't. It was a culture of people of Latin and black, backgrounds, and that's how they express themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say that part is black culture, but then
why is it Latin culture?
Or it could be Latin culture too. But I'm just speaking towards black culture. I don't be speaking towards nobody else's shit because I'm not.
But they helped started it though.
They could,
and that's why people they kind of go back and forth when they use the N-word and stuff like that. It's like, bro, we had a hand in hip hop too.
Just because you had a hand in it don't mean that you should say the N-word. Like, you should be able to have a hand in it and not say the N-word. Yeah. That's the stupid thing. I'm saying
it's a lot of stuff that, like, this conversation is...
Yeah, but you got to make... Not you, but, like, people need to make it make sense. Why do you want to say the N-word? If you can answer that question to me, then we cool. I don't even care if it makes sense, but you got to believe...
Don't even address it as N-word when you ask me either.
Yeah, say...
Because you just let me know you're not supposed to say it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Where can we say the N-word?
Make it make sense.
Yeah. I think people say it because we made it look cool. Like, it was... we just said like another word for
and they need to say that.
And they need to say that.
They need to say that so we can hear your dumb ass say, because y'all made it look cool. Oh, thanks. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll say that part of rap is black culture. But when you start recording it and mass distributing it through these big...
When you start sharing it to other cultures that have nothing to do with this oppression that created this beautiful medium for you to talk about the effects of slavery.
That's when it gets taken away from being black culture. And then it's pop culture.
I don't know if I agree with that.
See?
Okay.
Fire back.
What's up? What's up, Jay?
So I always read this to him. Mariachi music is Mexican music, right?
Yeah.
And that's part of their culture. Mm-hmm. They record that shit and sell it.
But that's them.
That's their story. That's not our story.
We got to define.
You can't say that it's no longer part of the culture just because they sold it. Just because Africa Bambaataa, whoever the fuck first came first, ain't go to the studio
DJ
first.
DJ Kool Herc.
Yeah, just because he ain't go to
Jamaican.
To the school first, studio first, don't mean nothing. Like, we don't say that about jazz music or blues music.
Right.
Like, that's black culture.
I mean, that's still black culture. What he's saying is the origin of hip hop was never supposed to be recorded.
Right.
Somebody
so what's
decided.
White culture?
White culture is whatever white people want it to be.
Hot dogs and hamburgers.
That's my issue with black people is we speak on other people's ethnicities and try to give them an identity.
No, I'm trying to establish a baseline of criteria. Because again, white culture is hard. I can't define that either. But I can say Irish, I can say Italian, etc.
I feel like white culture is anything that happens in America. Anybody that does things in other countries and they would be deemed white in America is not white culture to me.
But America is a melting pot.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, is America, in principle at least, it isn't really a colored country. It's more, it's what freedom is about. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and say, like, you know, it's not racist or anything like that. But what I'm saying is the people who were in those positions, they pushed the policies that benefited them. And whether that hurt other people, it was just what it was. So, for instance, if a bunch of black people were probably the founding fathers, things would be different. But as long as the principles and the ideals are there, you know, I think everything's good.
So let's get into this game.
Facts.
Yeah, because we definitely
you supposed to Ben break this game.
I was looking at the cards like, man, we got a lot of cards.
You were definitely asking. No, we're not going through all the cards. I have particular ones that I have already for us.
Is this for the pod or for our guests?
This is for our guest. This is, you know, we couldn't scrub his Facebook and figure out Mark Zuckerberg for you. So.
Oh man, y'all they got man.
See, if you would have hit me last night, I could have did some
investigation work.
Yeah, and then pulled up the deleted
My bad,
post.
that's my fault.
Yeah, I definitely could have.
All right, so these type of questions, they can be either an actual answer to it or it's a majority rules.
Okay.
So we all got a majority rules is basically whatever we all agree upon the most is the answer.
Sweet.
You know you getting old when A, they start calling you auntie or uncle. B, you got lower back pain. C, you are frequent at a local bar. Or D, you always complaining about the new generation.
D.
I guess I'll go with D too.
I
Fuck
D.
it.
The first two is good too. But
That's what I say. The first two is solid.
C almost had me.
C almost had me.
When they know your name.
Yeah. All right. So that's that one. If you get dressed up, what's the first thing your family might say? A, okay, I see you. B, you look nice. C, where when you buy that? Or D, where you going?
D. Definitely D, bro.
I'm leaning with A.
A too.
I'm leaning with A. Okay, I see you.
Y'all come from supportive families.
Mine is 50-50. It's either supportive or nosy. It's 50-50.
Yeah, it's like, where you going? What was C?
When you buy that, that's my mama.
Yeah, C and D for me.
C is my mama. You always sneak shopping. That's what she say. Exactly. What
Sneak
the fuck
shopping.
you mean?
That's
my
new.
own money? So wait, what we choose? What's the majority rules? You said D?
D.
Yeah.
I go with D. I'm gonna go with whatever y'all
two
go
for
with.
two.
All right, where you going? All right, I go with D.
Guess
What's the hardest conversation you could have with somebody? A, getting fired. B, dealing with an STD. C, someone ain't pay you your money. Or D, putting somebody at your house.
C.
Oh,
C.
C.
I didn't have to put people out the crib, but it went smooth. But trying to get,
I almost said that one though.
Bro, I didn't have
that could be hard sometimes.
I didn't have almost like 20-year friendships ended over $20. And the only reason I asked for the bread back because I didn't want to go to the ATM and it was closer.
Yeah. So we going with
I'm going with
somebody
C.
ain't paying your
that
money.
That money is crazy, bro.
Yeah, money definitely.
I'm like, bro, I don't need it back. So if you don't got it, just say you don't got
and
it.
A bunch of people owe me. I need all my money.
Boy,
I probably ain't gonna never get it unless I become mayor. It's over with. No, I'm just kidding.
This a majority rules one. What is the best song of the Snap era? A, Lean With It, Rock With It. B, Is Going Down. C, Crank That Soulja Boy. Or D, Laffy Taffy.
Laffy Taffy.
Laffy Taffy.
Laffy Taffy.
I'm young.
B.
You know, I'm gonna have
Come
to go
here,
with
Trick. Come here, Trick.
Yeah.
Here come Mr. Chocolate.
It's Laffy Taffy. It's going down.
Yeah, it's between, I would say going down, but I can't
I'm
argue
picking Laffy Taffy because it's.
I
like
would
Lean With It.
rather go with Going Down than Laffy Taffy.
I would too, but I feel like
You can't really snap to that. You do the
people
motorcycle
love
dance.
Laffy Taffy for some reason.
I'm mad they
'Cause you
don't
can
got. Oh, I
snap
think
to
they
it.
like me on there.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good one. That remix was crazy as hell.
Y'all too young. Y'all too old for Crank That Soulja Boy.
No,
It was.
no.
It's,
That was my freshman
they-
year.
Yeah.
My senior in high school, I did it at graduation.
Lean With It, Rock With
You
It.
did.
I did that on stage.
You did. You was real with. They had the braids. You was real for that.
Watch me.
Lean With It, Rock With It.
That was middle
that
school.
wasn't on there. That should have been.
No, it is.
That's the first
lean,
one.
Lean with the rock with the A.
Oh, I think They Like Me not on there.
Okay.
So what's the majority? I ain't hear it.
Laffy Taffy for me.
All right, Laffy Taffy.
Give me Laffy Taffy. Candy girl.
This a answer the question one. Which classic movie might you have heard? Some of us got to use what we got to get what we want. A, Roots. B, The Players Club. C, Paid in Full. Or D, Soul Plan.
Roots.
Players Club.
That's Roots. I remember exactly what part that was on.
I never seen Roots before.
I didn't
You
either.
ain't missing nothing.
I didn't either.
You ain't missing.
It's on Tubi.
Is it really?
I don't think I want to see
God.
Roots.
You don't. You don't. It's cool. It's just.
Alright, this is majority rules. Which one of these takes the crown as the nastiest rap song of all time? A, Me So Horny from the 2 Live Crew. B, My Neck, My Back from Kia.
If Look Back at It is not on this list, bro.
Look Back at It
Okay.
by Trina. Or D, Throat Baby by BRS
Look Back
Cash.
at It by a long shot, bro.
I never heard.
The beat is,
I never heard.
I got it so big like a sun.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's fucking on
That shit is disgusting, bro.
Yeah,
Okay.
look back at it.
All right, yeah, that one did.
Throat Baby is PG? Is it not?
That's the most romantic song like recently, bro. Like I be playing that on date night.
You be playing, bro?
Yeah. Wait, spelling
bro.
out good and shit. You know what
Nah,
I'm
that's
saying?
real funny.
That's funny.
I'm gonna bring that up another time. I'm not letting you slide with that. This what you say?
What?
My crack to do. It's kind of hot.
Oh, okay. What's one thing that the majority of us just don't do? Which could be the answer to what is white culture? A, pee in showers. B, kiss pets in the mouth. C, lay in the bed without outside clothes on. Or D, wash without a rag.
All of them.
I was
Fuck.
gonna say all of them, really.
All of them.
But be the most. Kissing pets in the mouth.
Lay in the bed without your outside clothes on.
I can't do that. That's uncomfortable.
That's nobody can do that.
Yeah.
That's impossible for me.
I'm standing on C. Laying outside, laying in the bed without your outside.
Give me
clothes on.
all of them, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, I say
Yeah,
They all sound-
they all like.
ain't no wrong answer.
Yeah,
Ain't no wrong answer on this one.
definitely.
That's nasty.
All right, this is my last one. Which one of these things should never be in potato salad? A, mayonnaise. B, apples. C, eggs. D, raisins.
Raisins? I don't eat
I
potato
feel like
salad.
apples. I don't know how to make it, but apples, right? And
No
raisins.
raisins.
Yeah.
It's both of those for me.
Yeah.
Apples and raisins. No fruit goes in potato salad.
That's weird.
I ain't gonna. White culture. You know.
That's weird.
Yeah, man. I had to check on your black card. You were saying a bunch of skeptical things today.
It was. I mean, it's just different.
No, you started off with being a Republican. You know, all black
You
people got
came
to
through
be
the door with
Democrat.
that one.
You're right. You're right. I forgot.
You came through the door with that one.
I'ma just say, you did good.
Thank
You did good. Your black card is not revoked. You can be black and Republican. Season 2 of the pod, our theme is to heal through your inner child. When you think about you as a young person, the youthful Travis, and now you think about the adult Travis, what are some things from your childhood that followed you into your adulthood?
Probably just being self-conscious. I think we all kind of feel that way, but yeah, I would think that really just me being confident in myself. I was like, when I would go around people, I would be nervous at first, but then everybody would embrace me. Then I'd feel better.
Mm-hmm.
So it took a while. Like, all right, I'm actually cool. I'm actually accepted. I never really been bullied like that. And
Yeah.
I used to find myself always taking up for like other people, which is
Yeah.
now I kind of like where I'm at today is like that's probably what was rooted in childhood, feeling responsible for other people.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't bully that kid, or if I see that kid getting bullied, I'll go, I'm your friend, bro. Like I'll take up for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to translate now to, hey, I feel like I see problems in the city. I need to be the one to go fix them.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I was very self-conscious as a kid, but I had a bunch of friends, a bunch of cousins, so I never really got bullied, and I enjoyed that.
As a black man, would you say that you had any insecurities or a struggle with loving the body and the skin that you have?
Nah, I never. Like, it was crazy, and I think Jay touched on this in one of the most recent episodes y'all did. In our elementary school, we did like the Black History Museum, where we basically put on presentations on different Black inventors, and
we did that.
Yeah,
well, not like that, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so we actually, like, I had the teacher where we were the ones like making the boards and everything.
Okay.
We actually presented it, so other schools would come and we'll be presenting to them.
Oh, okay.
So our teacher was just that like active and making sure, like, nah, y'all definitely.
What age was this? What?
Third grade.
Third grade.
Kerry Gosh Elementary.
I was at elementary when we went to go and like got to see all the stuff.
That's cool.
So I guess that was one thing Kerry Gosh had over every other elementary school, and Franklin had the gifted and talented program. But with all that being said, I never woke up and felt like, man, I wish I wasn't Black. I have woke up and was like, man, it's tough to be Black because everybody against you. It's like, I can't have nothing nice. I can't go nowhere, and I get mugged, and I gotta be careful how I respond. And then if I get pulled over, it's like you gotta do so much, but you just kind of learn to deal with it. Can't complain about it. I mean, we talk about it, we look weak, or
you adapt to it.
Only poor people complain.
And he's not really lying.
Only poor people complain.
You just gotta boss up on it.
Yeah,
and it makes you stronger.
You find yourself complaining, stop that shit and fix it. We go
and get some money so you can start complaining. You're gonna be poor.
Yeah, get some money.
I stand behind that message.
Nah, man,
poor people complain.
But it's like a culture thing with me, like, and not all Black, because I don't do generalizations, but inner city, single parent home, gang infested, low crime, no resources, no assets. That's my culture. That's not Black culture. That's not a white culture, but that's the culture that I grew up in. That's what I identify. So,
I like what you said there.
Yeah, because I mean, it's how direct it is.
Yeah.
So a person who maybe you say like a Candace Owens, where people, it's a big disconnect because she didn't grow up like that.
Yeah.
She came from a well-to-do background or whatever.
Yeah.
But, so it's a different experience.
Oh, I agree with you. Where do you get your ideas of other people's idea of Black culture?
No, I just study and just experience. Like, I study all cultures.
Yeah.
That's why I keep going back to Italians or Irish or whatever. Like, we're the only, like, we're unique. We're hybrid. You take a group of people from different parts of West Africa, you bring them over to the New World, you beat everything out of them, and then you create subcultural wars within that, whether it's light skin versus dark skin, or skinny versus fat, or, male versus female. And
wait, hold on, because you just said you create subdivisions, right? And you said light versus dark.
Yeah.
Is that colorism?
Yeah.
So somebody else came into your community and created colorism for it to exist.
Well, it started off when you took people and made them property, and you dictated their way of life.
Yes.
So they created, like, they just set the conditions for you.
Yes.
Like, we're an experiment.
Yes.
So, and then after slavery, whatever, you release these people, they're open, but you don't re-indoctrinate them. You don't repair them. Like with the Holocaust, when the Jews went through that, and World War II was over, it was a lot of, it was an effort to, try to make amends and
retribution, reparation.
Yeah. And culturally, like, because that was a real traumatic thing to go through.
Yeah.
Now, look at where they're at today. Again, that's a community that don't even joke about the Holocaust. How many of us joke about slavery? So it just goes to show, you could say, oh, the government didn't, fix Black people or make amends for it. Okay. So we not going to do it ourselves?
Yeah.
So I just try not to, accept, those kind of lessons and sayings that people just told us when we was growing up.
I think I
Because
figured
when I became grown, I'm like, man, that's kind of some bullshit. I probably should. I'm not gonna tell kids that come after me that. I'm gonna take the responsibility to change them.
Yeah.
What was you saying?
You had said something about poor people complain about those type of things.
No,
You
poor people
complain, period.
I said poor people complain. We ain't finna do that shit.
Okay. Because I'm going
again.
somewhere with that. I ain't trying to fuck up what you said.
Yeah.
But I think when you had asked me what is black culture, I would like to say I think poor people come up with the false identity of black culture. Like when I say it's the effects of slavery, and that's what black culture is. Other people will say, well, getting shot up and PTSD, that's black culture.
Your grandpa cheating on your grandma.
That's not black culture.
I never heard that.
That's
Yeah,
not
everybody grandpa cheated on their grandma and beat her up.
Yeah. Single parent households and baby mamas and baby daddy dramas. And that's black. Damn. Yeah, I think I feel like where you're coming from.
The welfare stuff is like, more white people get welfare than.
Yeah. That's not black culture. The effects of slavery is my identity. My definition of black culture if I misconstrued anything. But back to you. Mm-hmm. Okay, so your environment and what you grew up in. As you became more educated and more aware, what are some things that popped out in your head? It was like, damn, that's kind of not as good as I thought it was. Now that I'm older.
You ask that question again because I'm trying to.
So when we're young, we think that going outside and seeing people on corners or homeless people or just like stuff that was happening when we were younger, we thought it was just a part of life. It was cool. But as we got older, we were more aware and educated. We was like, damn, that's actually fucked up. That shouldn't have been happening.
I don't know if this answers the questions, but like when I went off to college, I realized like how I guess toxic or not, how lucky it was for us or for me or people who made it out to make it out of like a city like East Chicago. And I don't want to just pick on EC because it's really urban inner city, poverty stricken, lack of resources, lack of opportunity. Those environments are so toxic, and the people there like that go through that are strong. People who are still there, they're strong, like they're intelligent, they're smart because they have to survive in that, and maybe, that's how they survive because they just tune everything out and they just accept what that is. But, if you able to get out of that and you see how the rest of the world operates, it's like, man, like, this world is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
And is, you kind of feel, we don't really call it survivor's remorse.
Yeah.
But it's just like, dang, man, like, if we grew up with these resources, things would be different.
Boy.
So
the perspective of black culture would be different.
I mean, because I think you would get away from. Again, I think you get away from color. You'll just kind of see opportunity. Like I don't know. People discriminate in every facet of life, so I'm not gonna act like that doesn't exist or that it's a bad thing or a good thing. But when I was growing up, they told us we had to work twice as hard as everybody else. I didn't sit around and say, "Oh, it's messed up," and I just okay, whatever.
I'm gonna go do that moving. Then.
And then I was an athlete, so we couldn't really complain about nothing. Just outwork the person or be better than the person. So, you don't expect things to be equal. Yeah, you just try to win. Yeah. Am I in the game? Okay. Is it 0-0? Okay, I'm gonna go out there and win.
Or 0-67.
Or 82-0.
We could just score 50 in the next half.
Just score 50 in the next half.
But I'm in a game and I'm focusing on winning because I can study other ways on how to win. Yeah. So, which is why sports are important. It's such a parallel to life. But yeah.
Oh my God! I wish. I take it back. I wish I would have talked with you about sports a little bit more.
But it's not want to talk about sports.
You was a good athlete. I mean, I was okay.
Yeah, why don't you want to talk sports with me?
Cause you too good. Like anything.
I'll be the perfect. Exactly.
Exactly. So I wouldn't understand half the things you say.
What position you played?
I played all of them, but power forward, small forward, really power forward. Stuff I shouldn't have been playing.
Can I ask you a question? How tall are you?
5'9", 5'10" with shoes on.
Okay. Did you want to play point guard and they just made you play like the?
No, I never wanted to handle the ball.
No, her favorite basketball player, Melo. That's why she be doing hella jab steps.
Melo. No, that is not my favorite basketball player.
What y'all think about Brittany Griner? She back in hooping and stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
she need to be on. She need to be out there playing.
I was trying to get Jonesy started.
She home. I just hope she don't beat up her wife again. That's all.
What? I think that was a different one. This is not the same one.
What you mean?
That was a past wife.
Multiple wives.
I don't think it was this one. I think it was a past one.
Piecing up her wives.
Yeah, facts. She shouldn't have been doing that shit.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, but shit, she back. Cool.
I just always wonder because like I feel like people forced to play like like those taller positions when they're younger because they was the tallest kid, and it's like, man, I really should be a point guard. Yeah, I really want to play this.
Nah, I never wanted to handle ball. I loved having great point guards. I hate having weak point guards. I want to play my position. So I only played point guard when I was younger. As I'm getting older, they stuck me in a 4 and 5. And I had people taller than me too, but they just wasn't good, and I still played the 4 or the 5. Yeah, that's my thing. But when we think about like the thing you said earlier of being in a school that spoke life into the way you look by having you teach others about,
it was really just I want to make it like it was the school. It's just that was just a portion. Like it was just the 3rd grade, and it was like the whole year. It was just for that month. But I never felt. I don't know, and I guess I take that for granted because I guess that's not the norm. I kind of thought it was like.
What's not the norm?
That people proud of who they are.
Yeah.
Like some people are ashamed to be black.
Yeah.
Like,
people are ashamed to be where they from, their family, they name, how they look.
Okay, all right, this is what I got. All right, cool. Okay.
Is that something you realized as you got older, or you knew?
I felt like that as a kid. I just always accepted my situation. Like obviously, I got.
What y'all doing?
I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know. I guess I never just complain. Like don't get me wrong. I have like things I complain about, but it's nothing to like make me not have confidence in myself. Made me not want to do something. And I think sports help that too. Yeah. Like, okay, I was cool. I was somewhat popular. I was always like into like I was somewhat of a nerd. Like I liked school, and then I got good in sports. It's like, okay, now I got an identity. Yeah. Now I got something to look forward to. Now I got more friends. So now confidence really ain't going nowhere. Yeah. So.
Why does sports become a personality trait for people? Like that is not a personality.
It's social. It's like you got an identity. And then you get to represent something. Yeah. It's that of the streets, of the gang.
It's something that's tangible. You can't tie your identity to something that's tangible. That's where you go wrong.
Facts. That's definitely where you go wrong. I would call it the triple trifecta. If you're black and you're a great athlete and you know how to do music, man, and you're smart, that's great. You are set. You're going to be so cool.
Thanks. Thanks. Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Hey.
Hype me up.
Okay.
That's the difference between being a lame and you lame.
See,
he can get jokes off like that because he is not a lame. He's just lame. It makes it funny because he's lame.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
There we go.
So now that you know the definition of lame and a lame, which one do you think you are?
Both.
Okay.
Because I don't really understand it still. So I'm doing a politically correct thing. I do lame stuff. It doesn't mean I'm a lame.
I mean, being
so I do lame stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say being a mayor is kind of lame.
You said what's the kind of lame?
Being a mayor is kind of lame.
I don't know. Maybe
it's a powerful position.
Bro, I will have a whole police department at my disposal.
You will. You can still be lame.
So that's a lot of power.
Because it ain't like you could go, hey, police, go blow up my ops.
You sure?
You can. There's a political way you would have to go about that. But you ain't finna get on the Jumbotron and be like, Batman, you got 72 hours before I blow up the city.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
cool.
all chaos, that's cool.
Let's talk about your parents. Did you grow up in a 2-parent household, 1 parent?
1 parent. But like, my mom had me, she was like 34, 35. And I had an older brother who was 14 years older than me, older sister that was 11 years older than me. So my older brother and my older sister were like my parents.
Oh, okay.
And my mom was kind of like, she provided, but she was just like, man, they gonna raise you. Like,
she was the grandma.
Just make, well, no, my grandma was the grandma, but my mom was like, she spent time with me when they won. But
only come to me when it's necessary.
Yeah, for needs, straight up. Like, only went to my mom when I needed something. And then again, when I was coming up, we had video games, so I was just to myself. Really. Yeah, I would go to school and like school, and I'd come home and play video games, or I'd go out to the centers and stuff. But
would you say you were a well-behaved child?
Yeah, I was good. I got like 2 whoopings in my whole life.
Oh, so you was a lame.
If you call it that.
They call it, if you ain't bad, you fighting in school and stuff, you was a lame.
Hey, I take it.
You ain't get suspended enough.
You ain't never get suspended.
Man, I couldn't grow up in EC. Like, y'all got bridges.
You gotta
and stuff?
say I got cousins, and like I was nobody messed with me, so I wouldn't get into fights.
Yeah,
So I mean, that was probably more the reason I didn't have a fight, not so much I was. I want a pushover. So
see, I couldn't grow up in EC because y'all had tall buildings and bridges, and like my thing when I was a kid was throwing stuff. Yeah, so like I would just be throwing rocks off the bridges and off the big buildings.
We used to have a lot of rock fights too.
Rock fights are fun, ain't they?
Yeah, so you get hit with one.
Rock fights fun as hell.
Get the berries off the tree.
Who thought it was a good idea to throw rocks at each other?
Us. What else we gonna do?
Bro, ain't no snow on the ground. So
ain't no snow on the ground.
Play kickball.
We had slingshots. We would shoot at each other.
Oh,
I broke a few windows.
We used to throw rocks in the Broadway.
You used to throw rocks in Broadway?
Yep, just throw rocks in the oncoming traffic.
Just hit cars. Man, that's some bad shit.
That's bad as hell.
We did that with snowballs. Y'all did it with rocks?
And snow. I mean, when there was snow, it would be snowballs. But in the summer, we throwing rocks.
And y'all run.
Yep.
Anybody ever pull out, try to chase y'all?
I mean,
is there a statute of limitations for rock throwers?
I don't know. Because like where we would stand, it'd be like in a cut on Broadway. So even if somebody wanted to come get us, they would have to go down the street and then turn. And then by that time, we already gone.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I was like, that's what's up, man.
Sucks to suck.
So you didn't have a father in your household or a father figure?
Nah, I was cool with my pops. Maintain a relationship, but he wasn't in the house. But, and I got another set of brothers on his side, so my pops was cool, man. He's from Tennessee. He actually took me out there, and I was in high school, and that was the first place in Memphis where I saw prostitutes.
Okay,
so, like the pimping is real when they be spending that. It's real
out there in Tennessee,
Memphis. Yeah, it was just like Gary. It's just a little bit better.
I was gonna say I saw my first prostitute in Gary. My uncle.
How much you charge?
Your uncle.
I ain't have all. I ain't.
Hey man, what's your?
Because you said you want the older girl, so
how many?
Man, I know you. I know you got him, Unc. So throw a dog a bone.
Go ahead and live some, but nah, bro. We
That's
ain't do
wild.
all that.
I was like, wow, that's a real prostitute. That's crazy.
Because you don't even know what to say
Nah,
say
she was
anything.
she was like up the street. I wasn't close to like talk to her.
Oh no,
I wouldn't have said
I've,
that to her anyway.
Sat next to prostitutes.
You was that close to him?
Yeah.
Like they used to watch you. Hold on.
I mean, they ain't watch me. Like no, it was
right
never
there,
that.
right
It was never that case. That would never happen. My mom would have a fucking fit if it's prostitutes watching us.
I can see that now. Jonesy uncle, he went Unc for the day. He's like, hey man, watch my nephew for a few hours real quick. Like,
nah, never this. That. Not no prostitutes. Side chicks, cool. Prostitutes, nah, bro.
I saw my first one in high school when we went to Vegas.
Yeah.
And you know how you coming like under the tunnel and you see and I only paid attention because the teacher at the time, because it was like a college tour, we were going to UNLV. He was just like, man, they out here working. Oh man,
that's what you call them. We call them working girls.
Yeah,
like, oh, that's a working girl.
I ain't never seen a prostitute before. I guess I'm too privileged.
You
ain't left the country.
Nah, not like that.
Oh, especially in Europe. Like you can go online and like order pussy like it's DoorDash.
That's terrible.
Hey, man,
He said like it's
sex
DoorDash.
trafficking is real.
Like you just go on there, boop boop. You know what I'm
You
saying?
said Europe?
Mm-hmm.
All right, bet. I'm gonna get my auntie debit card. Get
Go
to him. Can't wear some
ahead.
pussy.
I know some niggas over there that used to go crazy on them sites.
Spending top dollar.
Boy.
Full price.
I watched somebody spend €380 in the strip club.
So how much is that US dollars?
Probably like 400.
Wait, what I say? 380? So
Yeah,
like
400,
420,
420,
420, somewhere around there.
Okay.
The euro was kind of weak when COVID happened, so I don't know the exchange rate.
Yeah, the exchange
The
rate
dollars-
when I was there was crazy.
Mm.
It definitely got lower.
All right, my last question for you for the mental health sector is what do you think is the hardest obstacle you ever had to face as far as transitioning into adulthood?
Accepting being uncomfortable.
Say that again after this damn train pass.
Accepting being uncomfortable. Like even me running for mayor is extremely uncomfortable, but I'm so used to it. Like, you know, I think you build a certain confidence and like you kind of become stoic almost.
Okay.
Like if things don't go your way, things don't work, your life ain't going the way you want, you uncomfortable, but you learn to deal with it. You know, just put your head down, keep going. All right, that goal didn't work, go for the next one.
Okay.
So that's probably the best lesson I can learn. Because not saying that I'm not going to have any struggles or nothing in the future, but the fact that I learned that, I think that's the hardest but most necessary lesson that I'm going to ever learn in life is to be okay with being uncomfortable. It's like a prerequisite for success. So.
You like dropping gems on the pod. That's your gem?
Nah, I just talk like this. I just say some cool shit sometimes.
You just be spitting out. All right. So
Suck it to me. Hey.
All right.
What does that mean? I hear it on songs.
Larry
sometimes.
June just be saying that
Suck
shit.
it to me.
Suck it to me.
Yeah. Ari Lennox says that in songs too.
Numbers.
That's some funkadelics things, you know, that they used to
Hell
say back
yeah.
in the day.
Hell yeah, you cool cat. Catch you on the flip side, cool breeze.
Yeah. You know,
Cool
catch.
breeze.
What Pootie Tang say? Catch her running on a.
Poonie Tang is an underrated movie, man.
Yeah.
I hate that
On the
fucking
tip of
movie.
time.
Yeah.
That movie's so underrated.
Catch her running on a what is it, Jay? On a running tang or something? I don't know.
Running tan on the tip of time.
Yeah, that's it.
So you did an episode with Club Culture. How did it feel for you, bruh?
I'm sweating. Nah, I felt good, man. Like you really a great host. Like you know how to drive the show, keep it entertaining. And I'm just excited that I was a part of it, man. I really hope this continues to elevate for y'all. And I know I'm gonna do my part to make sure. So I thank y'all for having me on here.
I thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming. You're our first political figure to come on the pod.
Yeah.
So you set the standard.
You're a trendsetter.
Cool.
I'm
I
a grill.
really
next
want you
one.
to be my secretary of press because like you like real wild, man.
But
like,
you want that?
because it's gonna be funny. Like maybe I won't be that way for real, but like right now in this stage, like I don't know, man. You unpredictable. It's
Yeah.
entertaining, man. So
Sometimes
you
it's
might
not
run
a
into
good
Bun
thing.
B, but
Sometimes it's not a good thing.
I mean we take the risk.
Oh, I love taking risks.
See,
I love taking risks.
But if you need a graphic designer,
Come to Crescendo.
come to T-Ray Graphics. I actually have experience helping someone run a campaign and doing all their assets.
we definitely gonna talk.
We do
Yeah.
too.
But I would like to say my experience is a bit, up there.
Yeah.
We're men.
You need that female voice on the team.
Women are people.
Man, so we're men.
All right. So if you do you have a gem to drop before we?
Nah, there's no gems, man. It's just conversation.
All right, bet.
Why can't I ever drop gems?
You didn't have one ready for last episode.
Well, I got one ready now.
All right, give us a gem to drop before we leave out of here.
Thank you, bass guy. Swag.
Oh my God, bass God, so many.
If you are on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell. And if you're on your favorite streaming platform, thank you for tuning in, and make sure you leave us a rating. Peace.
Swag.
Just watch the damn podcast.